Hello friends, today we have an explosive overview of the loudest, strangest and even shameful moments from the world of celebrities. From the stage to the sidelines, from jokes to scandals, we'll look at everything that has blown up the internet lately. Hold on tight, it's going to be hot. Let's start with the awards ceremony, where comedian Shane Gillis decided to show off his wit. He went on stage, made a couple of quips. And silence. Full, coffin-like. No laughter, no smiles, just an awkward silence. It was obvious that he himself felt that the joke had failed. The audience seemed to be waiting. Where's the joke? But this is just the beginning, because then there were even stranger jokes that had nothing to do with the topic at all. The host, trying to make a joke about Brittany Hicks, the 4-time women's NBA champion, suddenly finds out that he didn't mean her at all. It turns out that it was a joke about his friend's wife. The audience is confused. Someone is trying to laugh. Someone pretends to be a fan of the Women's Basketball League. But you can see in his eyes that everyone understood. The presenter had just embarrassed himself on the air. And yes, after that, no one asks when they will have a women's NBA fan zone. Next up is Matt Rife, actor, comedian, master of sarcasm. But if someone asks him, "How old are you?" it's like he's pressing the rage mode button. He answers sharply, "How old are you to ask such questions?" And then follows a stream of sarcasm from which the interviewer almost leaves the site. Conclusion: never ask a comedian about his age, especially if he's joking about everything but that. Katy Perry, visiting Graham Norton, talks about the toxicity of social media. She has 20 million followers on X, formerly Twitter, and she feels pressure every day. You can't just drink coffee. Someone's bound to say, "Does she drink coffee? And where is her spirituality?" Graham laughs, but emphasizes that even stars have the right to make mistakes, to remain silent, to live without a camera. But in 2024, this right is becoming increasingly fragile. British comedian Ross Noble is a master of the absurd, but this time he crossed the line. In a joke about children in China, he used stereotypes that caused a storm of criticism. Although he later said it was absurd hyperbole, the reaction was immediate. Social media exploded and the producers removed this fragment from the broadcast. Morale, even comedy has boundaries, and they're getting clearer. In an interview, Theo Wong shows a video of Big X skydiving. "Look, the rapper is throwing himself from a height." He laughs, but Big X calmly replies, "It was an attraction, bungee jump, and there was insurance." Theo is confused. The audience laughs, but Big X adds, "I'm not a hero, I just wanted to be extreme, without death." Reporter attacks Quentin Tarantino. "Why does Margot Robbie have only 12 lines in your film? This is sexism." Tarantino is silent, watching. Then he just says, "I'm not going to answer stupid questions." But Margot Robbie takes the microphone. "You don't understand. Fewer words make more sense. My character is not a chatterbox. He is a threat. Sometimes silence is scarier than a monologue." Applause. The journalist blushes. The film wins the Oscar for Best Actress. Tyrese Gibson unexpectedly opens up in an interview. "I've been silent for years about anxiety, depression, and the pressure of being cool." He talks about how fame weighs down, how easy it is to lose yourself. But after a minute, there's a sharp turn. He takes out the ring and says, "Is this fake? And 90 of jewelry in Hollywood is too. We wear them for photos, and the real ones are at home, in the safe." Laughter in the audience. But behind this is the bitter truth about showing off. In Gordon Ramsay's restaurant, 2 customers complain. The waiter framed them. He served the dish with a mistake and left with an arrogant look. Ramsay comes out, listens, serious. Then he turns to the camera. "We don't have a restaurant today. Today, we have a theater, and the main antagonist is the poor service. He personally prepares dinner for them, jokes, curtsies. The guests are shocked. The video gets 1 million views. And the waiter, he was fired. But it became a meme." In the British version of Business Sharks, the entrepreneur represents a company that manufactures massage pistols. Stephen Bartlett says, "I'm a fan of your product." But the woman answers, Then why didn't you mention that you get them for free? Silence. Bartlett laughs. Okay, yes, they're sending them to me, but I'm not the main customer. The camera zooms in on his face and on the gun logo on the table. The audience is shocked. The audience applauds the woman. Lesson: never lie to sharks, especially if they have a camera. Harvey Weinstein is behind bars, 39 years old. But this is the first time Gwyneth Paltrow has publicly revealed how he tried to control her career. He said, "You'll work when I tell you to." But she adds, "Brad Pitt took my side. He told Weinstein, 'You're not going to talk to her like that anymore.' Pitt used his influence to protect a colleague. Now he says power is not in glory. The power lies in standing up for others." Soulja Boy in an interview. Drake stole my style. DJ Academic, the host of the music show, asks, "Have you taken the style from others yourself?" Soulja falls silent. "You started with the covers. You grew up on other people's tracks. And now you're shouting about plagiarism?" Soulja tries to justify himself, but the audience is already laughing. The music industry is a chain of inspirations, but not everyone can admit it. At the Grammy ceremony, the Foo Fighters band takes the stage. Dave Grohl says, "When we heard that Taylor Swift was nominated again, we did it like this." And the whole group mimics her reaction, eyes up, hands over her heart. "I'm in shock." The audience laughs. Taylor in the frame laughs first. Later she says, "I love it when people make fun of me. The main thing is to make it funny, not ugly." Tom Cruise in an interview. "Have you seen the memes about me? Where did I hang on free will?" The host nods. Cruise smiles. "I've watched them myself. And I thought, well, kid, you took a real risk. But it was cool." He admits that memes are part of the culture. If you're not in the memes, you're not in the game. In the 90s, Clive Anderson called the Bee Gees losers of pop music on his show. Barry Gibb stands up. "We've sold 220 million records. Did you call us losers?" Anderson tries to smooth things over. "It was a joke." But the band leaves the stage. The show was no longer invited. The internet still calls it the rudest interview ever. Kim Kardashian says in an interview, "Kourtney is not as hardworking as I am." Kourtney hears. Exploded. On the set of the reality show, there are screams, accusations, and Khloe is trying to break it up. Kourtney, "You're pretending to be a queen, but you're not doing anything without a team of 20 people." Filming stopped for 3 weeks. Fans are divided. Who is for Kim? Who is for Kourtney? And Khloe? She just went to TikTok. Denzel Washington in an interview. "I'm being nominated for president in the news without my consent." He looks at the camera. "Do you want to be the first? Be the first with the truth, not with fiction." He criticizes the media. One lie and trust collapses, and without trust there is no society. The voice is firm, eyes like a commander's. And at this moment it is clear he is not the president, but he's a leader. These are the turns. From laughter to tears, from scandals to exploits. Celebrities are not just faces on the screen. They have opinions, weaknesses, anger, and courage. What about us? We're watching. We're laughing. Sometimes we condemn. But the main thing is to remember, behind every meme, behind every scene, there is a real person. If you liked it, please like, share, subscribe, and write in the comments, what moment shocked you the most?